Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In this video, we're going to talk about scripted Major League Baseball and why the Chicago Cubs clinched on September 16th, 2016 with a walk-off home run by Miguel Montero in the 10th inning. Every single thing that happened in this game was scripted by the numbers. If you're new to my channel, I'm exposing beyond a shadow of a doubt how professional sports are scripted. Last year in spring training, I called the Mets in the World Series. This year in spring training, I said the Cubs should win the World Series. And I still think that that prediction is correct. So let's talk about the way this unfolded. The Cubs won 4-5, walk-off home run in the bottom of the 10th in Chicago. If you're new here, been talking about this number 45 all season with the Cubs. Cubs in gematria sums to 45. Illinois sums to 45. It's the reflection of 54, the number for baseball. Think about a baseball game, 54 total outs in a complete game. This year will be 108 years since the Cubs won the World Series. 108 stitches on the baseball. So the baseball season, it began April 3rd, 2016. They clinched 166 days after the start of the season on September 16th. We're going to talk about the significance of April 3rd and what the odds are now for the Cubs to win the World Series in Vegas. None of this stuff is arbitrary, but I do think that there's a major tribute going on here with what's going on in the political election as well. Right now we have Barack Obama in office with the Illinois-Chicago connections, and we have Hillary Clinton running for the Democratic Party, who's also from Chicago, Illinois. The White House has gematria of 166, secret society. As I continue to expose, sports are scripted, and within their scripting, they're synced up with what's going on in popular culture. If you doubt this, go back and see all the work that I've done and all that I've proven on this subject, from football to basketball to baseball. All professional sports are scripted. They're run by the same gang that runs your government, that runs your media. It's the Freemasons who are responsible for this. So with regards to this happening in the 10th inning, 10 has gematria of 39. Remember, in the 39 books of the Old Testament, there's the 10 Commandments. James Madison made 39 proposals on a date with 39 numerology. The name Madison equals 39. Those 39 proposals became the 10 Bill of Rights, 39, 10. So in the 10th inning, 39 days before the start of the World Series, a walk-off home run. The World Series begins October 25th. It'll be the 112th World Series. The 112th World Series is supposed to end November 2nd, 11/2. Last year, the 111th World Series ended on 11/1. New York equals 111, how I knew the Mets would be in the World Series. Anyhow, from the day of the home run by number 47 to what will be Game 7 of the World Series is 47 days. And I bet you whoever makes it to the World Series wins in Game 7 this year. 112th on 11/2. You know, the powers that be, they put everything in front of everybody's face by the numbers and expect the masses not to see it. They do it again and again and again. Last year, the 111th World Series, Matt Harvey had a complete game shutout going. His 111th pitch was hit by the man batting 111 in the World Series that drove in the first run that ended up setting up, the way the game ended, with the Mets losing in the 9th. Go back and see my work on last year's World Series if you missed it. So Montero, the player who hit the home run, Montero also has name gematria syncing up with Chicago. Who better to do it than Miguel Montero? He wore the number 47. Like I said, I think this has something to do with the presidential race. The word president equals 47. The word agent, 47. Barack Obama has the same gematria as Miguel Montero, who hit it. From the start of the season, April 3rd, until September 16th, if you count the full span of days, it's 166 days later, or a span of 167 days. Miguel Montero equals 167. The number 167 is the 39th prime number. I got to tell you, Truth Seeker, this 39 stuff, it has me wondering if somehow the Yankees are going to creep into the World Series in the American League. I sure hope not. 39's the New York number, you know? There's some piece to this 39 that I must not know about. If the Yankees somehow creep into the World Series, don't forget all this 39 stuff. I don't think it's that, though. So here it is, 27 seconds timestamp. MLB equals 27. The Yankees lead in World Series with 27-1. They said that Miguel Montero's home run was 369 feet. You know what's so interesting about that? I just did a video on the significance of 369 and the number 216. The name Barak in Jewish gematria equals 216. He's born on the 216th day of the year. I guarantee you that home run didn't go 369 feet. I think that's all part of the tribute. 369, 216, all these syncs between Obama and Miguel Montero. Something's up. Look at their most recent games up to the clinch. September 12th, September 15th, September 16th, 5-4, 4-5, 4-1. 41's also interesting because the date they did this on was a date with 41 numerology. 41's the 13th prime number. When you write out 13, it has the same gematria as Illinois. 13, an important number to this nation, began with 13 colonies, 13 stripes on the flag, 13 years of public school programming. USA equals 41, 41 the 13th prime. Baseball, America's pastime. I noticed Miguel Montero is also currently 33 years old. The day he was born, July 9th, 1983, a date with 99 numerology. Illinois, 13. You know, I just talked about the significance of the Cubs series starting with Houston on September 9th, 9-9. Houston equals 112, like the 112th World Series. If you watch the Cubs videos I've put out in the last 2 years, I've talked about the number 146 with the Cubs. I do not know what 146 represents truly. Power outage has gematria of 146. Last year, the Cubs had some weird power outages connected to their games. Last year, Matt Harvey, game 1 of the World Series, after the 47th pitch, the power went out for the Fox News truck. You might remember that. 33 on the mound, 47th pitch, power outage with the Fox Sports who was doing the game. You might recall in Super Bowl 47, there was a 33-minute blackout. Anyhow, they've been putting 146 next to the Cubs for now going on 2 years that I've been documenting. It might have been going on even longer than that, but I've noticed it the last 2 years, and now they clinch in 146 games. Something very interesting about that. 1 plus 4 plus 6 equals 11. 11, the master number in numerology. You know, that's why they use K for strikeout in baseball. K is the 11th letter. They love that number 11. But I think there's something deeper going on here with 146 in the Cubs that I don't quite understand. It's no coincidence that they clinched in that many games in very scripted baseball. In case you're new here, Major League Baseball equals 162 game season. The Freemasons, they practice this gematria. They gave us these sports. They've always scripted the professional leagues by the numbers, for the sake of gambling, for the sake of control, for the sake of entertainment and excitement. There's a lot of reasons they do this. So their odds to win the World Series are 9-4, and this year the baseball season began on April 3rd. It was a leap year, so April 3rd was the 94th day of the year. 94th day of the year. If you write 9-4 for the odds, it has gematria of 137, which is the 33rd prime. Think about how we're talking about the Chicago Cubs, the CC. C's the third letter, the 33. In spring training, I predicted that the World Series would be Cubs and Astros because Houston equals 112. It might not end up being the Astros. If it's not, it's probably going to be the Texas Rangers. The manager of the Rangers is from Houston. This year, we had the retirements of Prince Fielder, A-Rod, and Mark Teixeira announcing their retirement. They're all connected to the Texas Rangers. I did a video on the significance of all their retirement, the manager of the Rangers, and all that syncs up for them. If it's not Cubs Astros, it'll probably be Cubs Rangers, unless somehow they're going to sneak in the Yankees. What it takes me back to is how the Astros opened their season against the Yankees. The Astros won the first game of that series, which was played April 5th. Due to rain delay, it got pushed back. April 5th, 4-5, 5-4, baseball, these numbers. Anyhow, last night, they also put up this stat right after the story about the Cubs clinching. This was the next story on ESPN. Kings of Clutch. 45 comeback wins. 45, a little synchronicity. The Cubs also clinched on September 16th, which is the the day that leaves 106 days remaining. That's the number of prophecy. A baseball, it has 108 seams, but 2 are hidden, so you can only see 106. Or I mean stitches, not seams. 106 stitches visible, 108 total stitches. And again, 108 years since the Cubs won the World Series. So there it is, Truth Seeker. Scripted sports, by the numbers. You want to know how they do it? I've said this before, and people have criticized me. If they need to make sure a player hits a walk-off home run, remember, first of all, that we're talking about Major League Baseball players, which are the very best baseball players, which are insanely good baseball players. Here in America, there's a lot of great baseball players. You're looking at one of them. I'm a very good baseball player. You think I'm good at gematria, you should see me play baseball. That said, there's so many people that are good at baseball in this nation. There's a whole nother elite talent level. The point is, though, in batting practice, if I need to hit a home run, I can hit a home run. And I'm not a Major League Baseball player. In softball, which a lot of us play when we get older, there's different cores in balls, and depending on what core's in the ball, it determines how far you can hit the ball. Some cores, you can literally hit the ball 100 feet further than another core. That's the way the ball's wound with the yarn inside. You can also have different types of bats, which can add a lot of distance. In Major League Baseball, they could allow a player to use essentially a corked bat to hit the ball even further. And, they can make special cores for Major League Baseball as well. And they might very well do that in the situations where they need to make sure a home run's hit. If you saw the hit last night, it didn't even seem like he got off the best swing on the ball, but he still hit it out of the park, opposite field. And I guarantee you that was meant to be with that player in the 10th inning. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time. Encore. I knew I was forgetting something huge. So yesterday when they won this game, it was their 147th game of the season, and notice they got their 94th win. Now the odds are 9-4. The season began on the 94th day of the year. What's significant about it being the 147th game of the season where they clinched, and the way it lines up with the World Series, is that World Series itself has a gematria of 147. For my friend Tony Tell It Like It Is, who's a student of this work, he really thinks the Dodgers are going to the World Series. I think he better reevaluate and see if he still thinks that's correct. Because everything here spells Cubs World Series. Clinching in the 147th game, number 94. There's just too many synchronicities here. This is what they do when they script sports. When you catch this many synchronicities, you pretty much have determined who's going to be the winner well in advance. Till next time.